Okay, so let's finish with the practice. Let's see, state what type of slope, positive, negative, zero, or doesn't exist. Let's see. This first one goes up the mountain, so it's positive. This next one goes down the mountain, so it's a negative slope. Okay. This one goes straight up and down, so it does not exist. This one goes straight across, so it is a zero slope. This one goes up the mountain, so it's positive. This one goes straight across, so it's zero. Okay, just by what it looks like. All right, locate and label two ordered pairs on the line here. So you got to look real close. Find an intersection where the line goes through. There's one there. There's another one. There's another one. You could use any one of those to get your 2 points. It says just locate two. I'm just letting you know it's any of those two. Okay? And order them. So it doesn't matter which ones you use. You don't have to use them next to each other. Any one of these points can be used to do anything with. Okay? So let me just put one out here. This one here is what? Back over 2 and up 3. So that one's that one. And just because I'm lacking space to write on here, I'm going to use this one. So you can use any one. Go back to -4, -1. Okay, let's see, make sure I did that right. -4, -1, yeah. And then up, over, okay. So there's two ordered pairs, and then it says find the slope using rise over run. All right, so what does it take to go from one point to another point? I can go from the two that I noticed, or I can go from really any point to any next point. This goes over 1, this goes up 2. So the rise, let's see, where can I write? Supposed to be writing over here. Here, let me write these down. This one, 3, and -4, -1. Okay, C said rise over run. So the rise is 2. All right. The run is 1. So that should be a slope of 2. Even if you go down and back, that's a double, that's a -2, -1. So you go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Even if you went from my point and you went up 1, 2, 3, 4 and over 2, 4 and over 2 is still a 2. So from any point to any point, you should be able to get a slope of 2. All right. And then it says calculate. Where's E? There is no E. Don't mind me. I don't know what the E's for. I'm going to use this base to calculate this. All right, so if I make this x1, y, x, I'm going to write it in here. Do I have room to write it in here? Let me write a little thinner. x1, y1, x2, y2. So this would be what? -1 minus 3 over -4 minus a -2. -4, that's a +2, so -2. That all turns into a 2. Okay? I don't know why there's an E. I had something else in mind, but it's gone now. Probably didn't fit on the page. All right, let's go to this one. It's a negative slope. So, by the way, this 2 was positive. That's what we expected to be. This one, it better come out negative or I did something wrong. So, find intersections. All right. There's one there. There's one there. You don't have to find them all. I'm just showing that you can find just, any one. Okay. This one down here is nice and out of the way. 3, -4. There's one over here. Let's go with this one right here. This is -1, -2. Okay. Find the slope of rise. Okay, so this one goes up 1 and over 2. So up 1 over 2. So the slope should be a half on this one. Oh, wait, it's supposed to be negative. Hang on. Up 1, back 2. Up 1, back 2. That's a -2. You can also go down 1, that's a -1, and over 2. So either way you look at it, it's a -1/2. C. That was C. Whoops. Okay. I like this ABC thing. Just write them all down. -1/2 is the slope. We're using the rise of the run. Let's do it mathematically. So the ordered pair was, again, you can write these in any order. x1, y1, x2, y2. -4 minus -2. 3 minus a -1, hopefully. All right, so that's a +2, so that's a -2 on top. 3 minus a -1 is the same as 3 plus 1, which is 4. That would give us a -1/2 for our slope. Okay, seems reasonable. It's a little more, notice the slope's a little more flatter on number 2 than number 1. Number 1 has a positive, don't worry about the negative, but how much it's slanted. 2 versus a half. So the number 2 is a lot flatter than number 1. Okay, so find points on this line. Well, there's an infinite number of points. There's all kinds of points. So all of these would be any point that you could use. Okay. So that one right there is what? -2, 0. This one right here is -2, 3. Okay? Look at these. This one here is -2, -3. Notice all the x's are 3. I mean, all the x's are -2. Okay, this is an x, that's a y. All the x's are -2. Let's just put an ordered pair down here. -2, 0. -2, 3. x1, y1, x2, y2. So 3, oh, I forgot the rise or run. I'll come back. 3 minus 0 over -2 minus a -2. 3 plus 3 on top. -2 plus a +2 is 0. So that's how you're double checking that's what you thought it was. Okay. Now the rise of the run is kind of weird. If it's a D&E, it has no slope. The slope doesn't exist. So there's no way to do rise or run over it. So this would be an example. If you were giving this and you were asked for the slope, you could not use rise over run because it has no slope. You would have to do it mathematically to prove that that doesn't have a slope. Okay, so can't do rise over run for this one. Okay, that's why I kind of skipped it, I guess. All right, last 3 down here. All right, this is supposed to have a 0 slope. Let's pick a couple dots. There's a dot there, there's a dot there. This is, be careful on the points here. I start at my origin and I don't go left or right because it's 0, 2. And then over here, it is -2, -2, 2. Okay. On this one up here, notice all the x's were -2. On this one, you'll notice all the y's are 2. This is 3, 2. So the y's are always 2. Okay, we're going to get into the fact that this one's going to be, going to be the equation of the line. This one's going to have the equation of the line of 2. We'll get into that on the next one. But right now, those are the bordered pairs. So let's pick 2 of them. Can I do the rise or run over this thing? No, there's no run. The slope is 0, so there's no figuring out rise over run with these guys. These two does not exist, and the 0. What was I doing? Writing down these. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2, 2 minus 2, and 0 minus a minus 2, which is a positive 2, which is 2, which is 0 for your slope. Okay? All right, this one goes through the origin, and it looks like it hits in a couple of places after that. Any one of these. So you might as well use 0, 0. And this one here is what? 2, 2. Rise over run. Well, let me write this down. 2, 2, 0, 0. See, the order doesn't matter. Excuse me. And then the rise over run, this would be up 2 and over 2. So the slope with the rise would be 2. The run is 2. Even if you go down and back, it's a positive 1 for this. So, that means these go through each one too. See how it doesn't matter as long as I'm on an intersection here. So actually 1 over 1, the slope is 1. So there's actually a lot of dots on there. But I'll just see how it doesn't matter which ones you pick, as long as you pick an intersection. So if you're going to tell me that, yes, it goes up 1 over 1, that is true. That is also 1 over 1, which is a 1. Okay, so any way you, isn't that the good news? Any way you look at it, this slope equals 1. Okay, a positive 1. It goes up the mountain. So let's check mathematically that I haven't messed anything up. So this is going to be 0 minus 2 over 0 minus 2, which will give you negative 2 over negative 2, which is a 1. Okay. Let's see, this is a 0, so there's no rise over run for this. This is what? This is 0, negative 3. Be careful when you're labeling these guys. This is 2, negative 3. 0, negative 3. 2, negative 3. If you have to put these in their homework, you usually have to put a comma between the two ordered pairs as well. Comma here, comma here, comma here. No spaces in the homework. So negative 3 minus a minus 3 over 2 minus 0. So this is a plus, so this is going to be a 0, and this is a 2, which means that's a 0. Okay, so M is 0 on this one. Is that it? That's it.